So Tuesday was pretty much a wash for rates. Almost no movement in the 10-year and very little movement in the 30-year. So why was that? Well, we saw a little bit of more movement earlier in the morning because of optimism about a deal with Iran. Pakistan came out and said the U.S. and Iran are closer to a deal than we think. And it turned out that was wrong after Iran said, you have to meet these demands or the Strait of Hormuz closes. And then Trump said, no, you have to meet our demands or the Strait of Hormuz stays closed. So, that's why we didn't see a lot of movement in rates. But we did get some good news yesterday that I think is important. One, we had a strong Treasury auction, not a 10-year, a 3-year Treasury auction. In fact, the 10-year auction is happening today, but it was a strong 3-year auction. Always good to see strong Treasury auctions. And then we got a household debt report from the New York Fed that showed for the first time since the second quarter of 2020, total household debt actually fell from quarter to quarter. That's pretty great news because one of the things that you always see in an economy before it collapses is debt levels start to rise. And the fact that we actually not only didn't see debt levels rise, they fell, and everyone's talking about, oh my gosh, we're on the verge of a recession. It doesn't appear that way. So we got a good Treasury auction, and then we got a good household debt report. And then, unfortunately, we got a bad existing home sales report. Home sales did fall as expected, but they fell on the lowest level in the last few months. But overall, I would say Tuesday was a pretty great day, and today's going to be a big one. We got CPI and a 10-year Treasury auction. So get ready. We could see some movement in rates, and if so, we'll talk about them tomorrow.